opening doors. Again, how many people think that it is polite for a boy or a man to open a door for a girl or a female? Raise your hands.
What?
Huh? Is it supposed to be for everyone? Everyone could raise their hand if they feel that. Okay? All right, put your hands down. So boys, how many of you feel that it is polite or gentlemanlike for you to open a door for a girl and you don't mind?
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
I'll go for you.
Okay, so the thing is, a lot of people think it is polite for boys to open doors for girls, for males to open for. You cannot speak while I'm speaking. Okay, so it's polite, so that's what we're teaching you here. It's a gentleman thing to do, so that's what we're teaching you here, right? So that's the other thing. The next thing we're going to look at is borrowing. Okay, so how many people like it when someone borrows from them?
No, because then they start to take it.
Okay, so here's another question. How many people have had people borrow from them? How about that? Someone has borrowed, whether it's your pencil, your book, your phone, your iPad, money, whatever, right? Someone has borrowed something from you.
Yes.
How many people did not receive what they borrowed in the condition they lend it out to? I mean, you got it back, but it's not in the condition. It's not the way you handed it to them.
I only give the people.
So now, okay, how many people lended out something but did not receive it back?
A lot of times in school.
Lots of times. Okay, so then we're gonna go around. You're gonna tell me how that made you feel. Okay, so those who did not receive their items back, those who did not receive their items back, or who got it back in not the condition that you lended out, I need to know how it made you feel. So who had their hands up? You first.
Well, it made me feel sad, but it made me feel happy at the same time because I told them they have to buy me a new pen. So,
Your turn.
I felt like I couldn't trust anybody.
You couldn't trust them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends. Like if it's like something that I don't really care about, who cares? But if it's something that I take possession in, then I'm gonna get really upset. And usually that happens sometimes with my temper, but I have to learn temperance.
Oh, it made me feel really pissed off because that was my favorite pen.
Right. Okay, so, and Abigail? Okay.
It made me feel sad because I trusted them with it and I did not. It made me feel sad because when I got it, it wasn't in the condition I gave it to them in, or it was never returned, and I trusted them with it.
Angel?
I feel heartbroken because now I lost all my faith in them.
Okay.
Hey, big girl.
Big girl?
I'm mad because they said that they're going to give it.
Okay, is that all? Okay, so what I'm trying to get at is this, right? When you borrow someone's things, or when you lend something out to someone, you expect it to be treated. You didn't get to go? Okay, go.
Oh, I want to say that I felt scared, and then I started to get mad because that was my homework, and then I was scared that my mom was gonna beat me, and then I started getting mad.
Okay, so the point is that that they either did not return it or they returned it in a condition that you did not like. So what does that mean? That means you, if ever you borrow something from someone else, you have to treat it well, right? And then all of you said some really interesting things, like you no longer trust that person anymore. You're afraid, like you're afraid to give them anything else, right? You're angry because like you wanted your thing back. And then some people said, depending on if the thing was important to me or not. So obviously, whatever you give, if it has a value, you're gonna
treat it well.
You want it to be treated well. The same way you treat it, you would like the person to treat it the same way, right?
But even if it wasn't valuable, you still have to treat it well because it's not your stuff.
That's right, and that's a very good point. Even if it's like a piece of paper, right? If I give it to you, you ask me for it, whether you ask me for it or not. If I give it to you, if you're going to show me consideration, you're going to treat it well, right? Because the way you treat my things, it's like it's a part of me. It's like that's how you're treating me. That's how you consider me. If you're really my friend, whether you're my friend or not, if you're just someone who cares about people in general, then you're going to treat the items or belongings of others well. And that's going to say something about you as a person. It's going to show that you're trustworthy. It's going to show that you're kind. It's going to show that you're considerate, right? So if you want all these things to be said about you, right, then you have to treat other people's things well. Okay?
So like I know.
Want me to come back to you?
Yeah.
Come back to you? Okay. All right, so the last thing.
If I feel like I can trust a person, well enough with my possessions,
Exactement.
I think that soon I start letting them carry like stuff that I wouldn't let anybody touch because I know that I can trust them around there.
Why is he passing the thing back?
Leave it for later. Okay, so the next topic we're going to talk about is breaking items, right? So it kind of talks about what we were just, it refers to what we were just talking about before, right? So obviously, if you show consideration to where you are, the people you're with, or whomever has handed you, lent you, whatever, you're not going to break it, right? You're going to be considerate. Does anyone know a big word called vandalism? Yes. Okay. What is? So let's go around, starting here. What is vandalism?
That's why you break somebody's stuff that ain't big, so you take to touch it. Vandalism is when you destroy somebody's stuff when they didn't tell you to touch it at all.
Hey, that's not what you said.
That's okay. She shouldn't have talked aloud. Anyone else want to add to that?
Vandalism also includes drawing on other people's property, like going in the park or something and drawing inappropriate language on the playset, right?
I don't know if she just said it.
Okay. All right. So all those answers are correct, right? And so when we talk about breaking things, vandalism, that's part of vandalism, right? So it doesn't belong to you. It's not your property, and you destroy it. However you do that, it's vandalism. Whether you spray paint it, whether you break it, whether you damage it, right? It's vandalism, and it is illegal. You will go to jail for that if you are caught, right? So that is something you do not do. You have to respect people's property, whether it's a public place or a private place. And because it's public doesn't make it any less important, right? You know, a building, a public building, a parking lot, a abandoned truck, the train station. Like, how many people have seen graffiti like everywhere? Like, we see it on treetops and like random places. No, so there is art. There is art. We have seen walls that have been spray painted beautifully. Like it's like a mural, right? But you can tell the difference between a mural that is artfully done and beautiful and like, you know, everyone's like, wow, who did that? It might be ugly to you too. You're like, ew, who did that? Right? But you can tell the difference between a mural and someone who is doing graffiti, right? So some beautiful artwork on the wall, be my guest. But if no one told you to paint on that wall,
You have to ask for permission because if the cops see you and you didn't get
exactly, you
permission,
have to have permission, like a contract. Not really a warrant, it's not called a warrant, but it's like a contract between you and whomever, so that it's like a commission. Like they tell you to do this, and you're deciding, and then it's an agreement. So if someone, and then people are gonna tell, because you're gonna come up there with, you're not gonna be afraid to do it, right? When people are spray painting and vandalizing, are they afraid? Are they hiding? Are they like looking over their shoulder? Is there someone on the lookout? Usually, right? And when like, what is that game? That game with that surfer? Subway surfer, right? He was spray painting, right? Exactly. And the police ran after him. Exactly. You're gonna be running. If you're vandalizing, you're gonna be running. You're not gonna be established in front of the wall with all of your back there, Melanie, darling. You're not helping, sweetie.
Emily.
Right? So we need to be careful, right? And then sometimes it's not you, it's your friends, right? Or not your friends.
But you're guilty by
Right?
association.
But exactly. So even if you see someone doing it, get away, right? Because when they catch that person, you're in the vicinity, you're all going in, right? Okay, so let's see. I think this is our last one. And then we're going to start lining up. No, we play a game after we come back. Okay? Because it takes a long time to walk. No, there's only one more. It's because it takes us a long time to get to the place and back.
No, see, the reason why we're not going to the book because when we went there, everybody got out of line.
Yeah, because
That's
the
what I
boys are all
mean.
jumbled up. Well, you were in line, but what's his name? That one.
Actually, that was my last one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So thank you for your attention, those of you who were paying attention, and thank you for your cooperation, those of you who did speak. Okay. So.